The Pirate King, Episode 6, Pressure. The first sign that something was off didn't look like much. It never did. Sam Jensen had been in the IT crime division just long enough to understand how things usually moved. Slow when they didn't matter, fast when they did, and somewhere in between when the people were still deciding if something was worth it. There was always a rhythm to it, something you could follow if you paid attention. This didn't feel like any of those. It didn't feel delayed or accelerated. It felt controlled. Not slowed down, not sped up, just adjusted. It started with rejected access. A report he had filed the day before came back restricted. Not removed completely, just limited. Sections missing, data redacted that hadn't been redacted before. Sam stared at the screen for a moment, eyes narrowing slightly as he scrolled back through what was still there, comparing it to what he knew should have been there. "That's new," he muttered. He opened another one. Same thing. Not everything was changed, just enough. That was what had bothered him. If it had all disappeared, that would have been obvious. This wasn't obvious. This was selective. Specific enough to matter. Subtle enough to go unnoticed unless you already knew what you were looking for. Sam leaned back in his chair, hands coming up behind his head as he stared at the ceiling for a second, letting the pieces settle without forcing them into place. Then he leaned forward again, pushed himself up, and walked across the room. Harris was a few desks over, going through something with another analyst, his voice low and steady. Sam waited until they finished, then stepped in. "Hey," Sam said, "quick question." Harris looked at him. "Go ahead." "Did access levels change?" Harris didn't answer right away. "That depends," he said, "on what you're trying to access." Sam held his gaze. "Things I saw yesterday." Harris nodded slowly, like that told him everything he needed to know. "Then yes." "Why?" "Because someone above you decided it should." "That's not an answer. It's the only one I have for you." Sam's jaw tightened slightly. "Is this about the Pirate King?" Harris didn't blink. "This is about you staying in your lane." That landed heavier than the restriction. Sam didn't respond right away. Then he nodded once. "Got it." But he didn't. The second sign came later that week. A meeting. Short notice, mandatory. Sam sat at the table with a handful of others, most of them quiet, waiting. Harris stood near the wall, arms crossed, saying nothing. The room had that still, contained energy that meant something had already been decided before anyone walked in. Then Keller entered with the same controlled presence and same expression. But this time there was something under it. Purpose. Keller didn't waste time. "We're going to talk about focus," he said, his voice even, measured, carrying just enough weight to keep the room locked on him without raising it. No one spoke. Keller paced slowly, just enough to hold attention. This division works because people do what they are assigned to do, not what they think is interesting, not what they think is important, what they are assigned. His eyes moved across the room, then stopped on Sam. Deviations from that create problems. Sam felt it. Not the words, the direction. He kept his expression neutral. Keller stepped closer. "Agent Jensen." Sam looked up. "Yes, sir?" "You've shown initiative." It didn't sound like a compliment. Yes, sir? Keller tilted his head slightly. Do you understand the difference between initiative and overreach? Sam didn't hesitate. Yes, sir. Explain it. Sam held his gaze. Initiative improves the work. Overreach interferes with it. Keller smiled faintly. Good. Then we understand each other. There was a pause, then Keller turned away. Let's keep it that way. The meeting ended shortly after. No raised voices, no direct accusations, but the message had been clear, to him and to everyone. Afterward, Sam caught up with Harris near the exit. That wasn't subtle, Sam said. Harris didn't slow down. It wasn't supposed to be. So that was about me? Yes. Sam let out a breath. For looking at something I wasn't assigned. For continuing to look at it after being told not to. Sam stopped walking. Harris turned back to him. You're good at what you do, he said. Don't make yourself a problem. Sam shook his head slightly. I'm not a problem. Harris gave him a long look, shook his head, and walked away. That night, the shop felt the same, which somehow made everything else feel worse. DJ was behind the counter, glasses low on his nose, going over paperwork with the kind of quiet focus that made the whole place feel steady just by him being in it. He glanced up as Sam walked in. You look like something's bothering you, DJ said. Work. Still? Yeah. DJ set the papers down, watching him a second longer than usual. That's not a good sign. Sam leaned against the counter. They pulled access, limited what I could see. For what reason? Officially, Sam shrugged. Focus? DJ nodded slowly. And unofficially? Sam met his eyes. Because I'm looking at something they don't want me looking at. DJ didn't react right away. Then he said, And you're still looking? Sam gave a tired smile. Yeah, trying to. DJ studied him for a moment, then glanced around the shop like he was seeing it differently for a second. Hey, he said, almost offhand. Let's go out front and grab your phone. Sam frowned. Why? Just do it. Sam pulled out and followed his dad out to the front of the shop just under the sign. DJ straightened slightly, not stiff, not posed, just enough to look like he cared how it came out. What am I doing? Sam asked. Take a picture. Of you? DJ smirked faintly. Yep, of me and the shop. Don't make it weird. Sam was questioning it, but he took the shot anyway. Then he lowered his phone. There, you're officially documented. DJ nodded once. Print it before you leave. Sam blinked. Are you serious? I guess I am. Sam hesitated. Why, Dad? DJ shrugged, already turning back inside. Had an old friend stop by the other day. He said the place could use something like that, make it feel more personal. Sam glanced around the shop. This place isn't personal? DJ gave a small smile without looking up. I guess he didn't think so. Sam studied him for a second, then nodded. All right, I'll print it. DJ didn't say anything else, just gave a slight nod like that settled it. Sam slipped the phone back into his pocket, but the moment stayed longer with him than it should have. Downstairs, the system continued to move. Normal for the thousands of users, but on the operational side, names were being flagged, patterns monitored, and behavior tracked. Quietly, efficiently, and exactly as ordered. Among the flagged entries, one stood out, not because of what it showed, but because of who it was. An operator paused, eyes narrowing slightly at the screen, then called out, "Sir!" DJ stepped over. "What is it?" The operator turned the monitor slightly. DJ looked at the name. "Sam Jensen." For a moment, nothing moved. The system continued. The room didn't react. Then DJ said calmly, "Delete it." The operator hesitated. "It's already flagged." "I said delete it." The tone ended the conversation. The operator nodded and turned back to the system, fingers moving quickly as the entry disappeared from the queue. DJ stood there a moment longer, eyes still on the screen even after it was gone. Then he turned away. Upstairs, everything remained steady, predictable, and unchanged. Sam moved through the shop one last time before leaving, the quiet settling in around him as he walked past the counter, past the machines, toward the wall where the photo would go. He paused there for just a second, looking at the empty space, then reached for the printer to finish the task his dad asked him to do. Upstairs, the world kept moving. But downstairs, the pressure was building. Coming soon, The Pirate King, Episode 7, Leverage.